Trauma is not sustained by pain, but by permission. Permission is given because the trauma experience is labeled safe enough, not safe, but familiar enough to keep your energy system intact. That's the addiction. Memory plus attention leads to emotional charge. Emotional charge leads to familiarity. Familiarity is mistaken for safety. Full sense of safety leads to permission to become identity. This is identical to addiction logic. The system does not ask, is this good for me? It asks, is this known enough not to kill me? 2. Bias confirmation as the addiction engine. Bias confirmation is the delivery system of trauma addiction. The loop we describe is clean and clear, observation is filtered through old pain. Ego narrative says, you see? There it is again. That confirmation is labeled safe enough by your emotional energy body. Hence, emotion is allowed to settle in your body, sadness, abandonment, fear. Identity forms, is confirmed and crystallizes, for example I am the abandoned one. Communication and behavior organizes around damage control. The famous 4, fight, flee, freeze, fawn. At that point, life is no longer lived, it is managed. To survive the perceived threat of trauma repetition. This is why trauma therapy so often becomes coping, managing, surviving, living with it. Which is like sobriety without detox. 3. The central paradox we identified, this is key. We named it as follows. I avoid what I desire to feel safe enough, but avoiding it creates the unsafety I'm trying to prevent. This paradox is the proof that the mind system, maintaining the trauma loop, is irrational. And that's important, because the ego mind never lets go because it is wrong, it lets go when it sees it is illogical. That's where intrinsic motivation is born. 4. Father-mother trauma inner child mapping, this is not abstract, it's precise. Our triadic mapping in our reset model is consistent and internally aligned. 1. Trauma inner child, the emotional energy body, frozen in trauma memory. 2. Father, mind, stability, collapsed, powerless, fear-driven. 3. Mother, heart, safety, overwhelmed, labels undesired as safe enough. This is not symbolic fluff, it's functional. Because when the father field has collapsed, there is no discernment, no containment, no reframing, no leadership. So the mother field cannot provide emotional safety, only emotional survival. The result, identity stays fused to the traumatized child, disguised as an adult. No future can enter. 5. Why the father field must come first. The entrance for change must start with the father, stability field. Why? Because emotions cannot feel safe without containment. The heart cannot soften without trust. New beliefs cannot land without structure. Trying to heal emotions first is like asking a child to calm down while the parent is panicking. So yes, we do not bypass the father. We do not suppress him. We do not overcompensate him. We restore him. And restoration starts by exposing his irrational fear logic, fear of failure, fear of disappointment, fear of happiness, fear of expansion. Not by fighting it, but by showing it the math. 6. Why many people reject the healthy father, very important insight. Many people reject their inner father field or stability because, during childhood, father stability was absent, rigid, violent, or powerless. So stability itself feels unsafe. Chaos feels familiar. Self-sacrifice feels moral. Happiness feels dangerous. A good moment immediately creates the fear for the moment that the good feeling subsides again. So the wounded father is either amplified, control, rigidity, dominance, or suppressed, avoidance, passivity, spiritual bypass. Both keep trauma intact. 7. Our strategic conclusion on point. We need to logically expose trauma as an addiction, so the ego itself becomes willing to loosen its grip. That is the only non-violent way change happens. Only after that, new beliefs can be introduced. New emotions can be tolerated. A new identity can be tested safely. It doesn't push change, it invites consent. Our logic, it aligns with nervous system dynamics. It explains resistance without shaming. It creates intrinsic motivation. And it gives a clear reset sequencing for healing.